Oh, that's cool. It gives me a cloud too.
Yeah, you have to, you got to get used to it. This is the world we're in now. If you don't want to, you
Like,
don't.
oh, we caught Chris on a hot mic. He's talking about black dudes, It's like all that
Wait a
fucking
minute, you said you don't deal with those guys. You lied to us.
stuff.
Let's
or
see.
it's fun. Or it's funny.
What happened to the
I
other?
don't.
He had to go.
What's that?
What happened to the other guy? He had to go.
Oh, he might still be here. I texted him a couple times. I think he probably had something like in the way for a second.
Please try for reasons.
Oh, he's on SMS now. Hold on.
Your call has been forwarded to voicemail. Yeah, he's
Oh,
probably busy.
jeez.
It is late. It's 2 in the morning.
Yeah, that makes sense.
He
Yeah,
probably got to
fucking
go chat.
Sean was like acting like he
Like we
got.
got to do this shit earlier.
Yeah, yeah. It was like,
People are alert.
but he was like,
You're like me though. You've always been like me though. We'll stay up all night.
mhm.
Like that's just who we are.
Yeah, and I was just like, and he goes like, I was like, what time's good for you? He said around 11. So I was like, all right. We start up at 11. We started having the audio problems, and so well, he started having the audio
Well, at
problems.
least he was able to get it done today. Sometimes that's draining too. That'll drain the shit out of you. Like
Yeah, yeah.
I was playing what's that game? They just came out with part four to it. It's
Oh,
like a
Diablo.
yeah, I was playing that online with Davey and his wife, and we were like
Oh,
we had
nice.
all these problems the first session, but then it was hella fun the next time. Like she's awesome. She's a WoW player and she's a
Yeah.
healer. So she throws you everything. She gets you everything. Like level you up. My first session with them, I leveled up to level 17.
Oh,
Like
that's cool.
in one session. Like every time I get on with her, I'll go up like 20 levels because she just knows how to do it.
Yeah,
WoW players are serious.
yeah,
Like they have to, attack things, they have to coordinate. They can't just, go for
yeah.
self.
You gotta like do your role, like either you're a tank,
Yeah.
you're a healer, you're a fighter, this, that, and the
And you
third.
got shit with like you gotta do it a certain way. Like or those things just kill you. I
Exactly.
think it's
Yeah.
pretty cool. I think it's pretty cool. Like I don't have any games I play with. I go online and I fight in tournaments sometimes, Street Fighter, but that's it.
Yeah. Yeah. The one game that's pretty new I was playing is Payday 3. I don't
What's
know
it
if you
called?
ever, it's called Payday 3.
No, I think I might have saw. Is it a Steam game?
Well, it's on Steam too. Yeah.
Yeah.
So basically, it's like bank robberies and shit.
Yeah, you do
So
jobs. Yeah.
either you're escorting a armored car, or you're trying to like sneak into a bank, and you could either do it, stealthy or loud and shit like that. Most times it goes loud. Everybody get on the fucking ground. You start fucking zip tying everybody, and motherfuckers just like, oh shit.
That's my modded joystick. I built it up.
Oh, nice. That's
I
badass.
got my own lever. This is a JLF Sanwa. I
Hell
got
yeah.
fucking Sanwa Denchi buttons. These were all red, and like as soon as you touch them, they go in. And this thing was too loose. My hands are too heavy, so I put a heavier spring in it.
Yeah.
I bought a bunch of balls because I like to look at something different. Every time I play. And the ball is the easiest thing to change. The stick itself is a pain in the ass. It has this little
Yeah.
clip in it. If that shit flies out, everything flies out with it. Trust me, you'll be furious. Like it happened to me this last time I did it, and I broke the damn cable that charges the battery, so I had to splice it.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, it's when it dies, it's over for me. I gotta order another cable. And you can't just order one. They want you to order a pack of them.
Oh, yeah.
And sometimes I don't know, like I'll look at stuff and I'll think it's the right part, and then I'll look closer, like, no, it's not gonna fit. And then now Amazon shows you nothing but the ones that don't fit. Like that's what you want because you looked at it.
yeah.
Like, no, I'm trying to find a smaller one. Show me different ones. The scariest thing I did was this monitor I have right here.
Yeah.
This is a $600 monitor. It's 280 frames a second, this monitor, right?
Okay.
It sat in my fucking cart for 6 months on Amazon. I got it, and they dropped the price. The price kept going down. You know how much I ended up paying for it?
Uh,
$200.
oh,
It
nice.
sat in my cart that long. I'm like, nobody's paying $600. I'm gonna just put it in here and see what happens. And it just kept going down. I'm like, oh my God, it's still dropping. So I just chilled, you know. I think I sat from like February to like August. I let it sit in my cart. And by the time I paid for it, it was like $200.
But I mean, 280 frames per second. My eyes can't even pick that up. Like I
You
have
can't see it.
primitive Earth eyes. Like
The only
I
time
thought the legit shit was 40 frames per second. That's that's
60,
fine.
60, 30
Or
for
60
TV.
frames, yeah.
Yeah, 30 for TV. Because TVs don't really, they don't refresh like monitors though. They just imprint the image. You don't, frame rates don't count for TVs because you could get a beautiful TV that doesn't go above 30 frames.
Uh, uh,
Well, you know you notice it the most when you're playing games offline, you notice it a lot. And when like I'm doing like projects like that need rendering, heavy rendering, they
yeah,
don't get all glitchy and shit. Like when you're, like editing film or you're
yeah,
doing layers in Adobe and you know how that gets. Like you'll rasterize a bunch of layers and they'll fucking it glitches. Like you see big boxes and shit happen because your monitor can't keep up with the frame rate.
yeah. Like it's weird. Like for the most part, like I was playing the RoboCop game, and it's like a pretty new game. And at some spots, like it would get like, uh, 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 uh,
Yeah. Yeah, there'll be
like
tearing or yeah, if there's tearing or a crazy gamma, you got to tweak your card. You
yeah,
can do
it's
that. Sometimes I go in and I turn all that shit off in the game and I do it myself. And then sometimes I do it the other way around. Like
yeah.
game does it.
That's why I started fucking with the different settings just to
Yeah, the
like
game sometimes the games do
tone it
everything.
down a little bit.
It's
Yeah, like
and definitely shit like VSync and what's that ambient occlusion um uh and gamma's the big one. Ugh, because then it starts looking all fake. Something real could look fake if it's too gamma. Too,
yeah,
it's trying to like fill in the pixels more than it is trying to just give you the image.
yeah. Yeah, it's
So
weird. Like it's weird, like some shit because it's like they made the RoboCop game in what's it, the fucking not Frostbite,
4K.
Unreal 5 or whatever.
Oh, they did
Unreal
Unreal
5 is
Engine.
like the newer one and shit.
Yeah, yeah.
And even though I have a fucking uh you
I didn't
know,
know I could
I
put
got a
it in.
pretty solid hard drive and shit like that, but like my video card is the size of a fucking VHS tape. Like it's the
Yeah,
serious one, as you saw.
that's how they are. They're usually well, they have some low profile ones that are smaller, but they're not as powerful as the big ones. The big ones kick ass.
Yeah.
The big you
It's
could
like
play
just
anything.
devoted to that. It's just devoted to that,
Yep.
just
And it
straight graphics up in this piece,
yep.
like
They kick ass. That's what I have in mind. Look, hold on, I'll show you mine. Because I took it out. You can see it. Oh no, it's not in here. I'll put it in that in that other thing. Because I didn't want it to get squashed, so I didn't put it in there. How did I put it? I put it down somewhere. I was supposed to go and blow it up, blow everything out today at the shop, but I never heard back from him. I think he was running around a lot. It's the end of the week, so I didn't even go in there.
yeah,
Yeah, here it is. Can you see it?
yeah.
That's just
What
probably
the fuck?
right. Yeah,
Looks like a fucking alien egg or something.
the
Crazy.
that's the GTX 1080.
That looks pretty fucking crazy.
You know how much I paid for that? You
How
remember?
much?
I paid fucking $1,000 for that.
Jesus.
back when the crypto people were taking on the goddamn graphics cards. Now
Yeah.
you can get one of those for like $300. Because once that crypto shit stopped and people stopped mining,
Yeah.
there was like too many of them. So everybody who put out their graphics cards, they had to like do this MSRP update because ain't nobody paying $1,000 if they're not mining.
Yeah.
If you're making money on it, you'll pay. But if you just and people were returning them like crazy, they lost a lot of
Yeah.
money. Shit.
What, they had issues with them or something?
No, the
Or
mining stopped.
like the
Remember the
hard drive
mining?
or the
The mining.
motherboard couldn't handle it.
Well, the mining was profitable at one point, but it crashed. Remember back when it crashed? It crashed like 2 years ago, right before the pandemic, and so nobody was mining. Like
Oh, shit's
mining
bumping
goes.
now though.
You know how that goes. It goes up and down. No,
Yeah.
not the trading it. Trading it as a stock is different than actually producing it. What you're
Mining
trading
it.
when you trade Bitcoin, what you're trading is these calculations. It's a data set. It's all of it's fake anyway. All of it's fake.
Yeah, when I first heard of Bitcoin, I'm like, this is a scam, right? Just like
It's just real as the bankers.
it,
They
yeah.
just been doing it longer. They've been handing us pieces of paper and shit and whooping our asses,
But at least same time, they had some gold and they were handing some paper,
Yeah,
like
we've been off the gold standard though for like 100 years. We mined this place
no, not
in
almost, not quite.
in the 1800s. We mined this place out. Like
No, was it Nixon, 1976, I believe,
that was the end of it, right?
sometime in the 70s, yeah, mid
Yeah,
70s.
that was a wrap. I know we've been off of it because they're printing way more money than like the amount of money they're printing now is like crazy. They don't have to print it though, it's digital. So
Yeah,
they could get away with making as much as they want. That's
yeah,
why
like
it's
like
back in Wall Street because they don't have to actually give them money. They give them credits.
yeah, I was like, dude, like when they said Bitcoin, I'm like, what are you putting this out from? You know what I'm saying? Like you're just making something from nothing. I'm like I know what gold is. I was like, at least you can give us fiat paper money. But I'm like, besides that, there's, we got some Bitcoins over here. Like, what the fuck is that? I was like, that sounds like some fucking Care Bear make believe type shit to me. You know what I'm saying?
Well, think
And
about
then
this.
before I know it said 44,000 per Bitcoin.
Remember when I last saw you when I was living with my daughter over there down the street?
Yeah.
That shit went up to 170,000 a pop.
What, Bitcoin?
Bitcoin. Yeah, that was like the highest I think I ever saw it.
No, it was 44,000. That was the highest. I seen it.
Was it?
Yeah,
I thought it was
44,000. Yeah.
170. You sure?
Yeah.
No, but there's different kinds of crypto. There's BTC, there's Ethereum, there's like 8 different kinds of them. I think it was Ethereum that went up. I thought it was in the hundreds, like it was some crazy number.
Or maybe it went up like that percentage. That's probably what it was.
Like, oh yeah, that's right. And oh, you know what? Points are different than
Yeah.
actual cash.
Because it'd
Like,
be like going from 12,000 to
right,
44,000.
because
Like, oh shit,
if you're trading and something goes up 10 cents and you got all these shares, you just made $1 million, but it's only 10 cents it went up. You
Yeah,
know
the
what I'm
penny
saying? Like
stocks. Yeah.
the actual thing, you're trading the gap.
Yeah.
But what they did that made them a little bit smarter was that um they set it apart from the banks
Yeah.
and they had these microtransactions happening constantly so they could filter other shit through it and make money. Like they had people sending, other information, or the people who were doing science, they took that idea to help them, just when they're doing a big research project and they don't want information getting to everybody.
Yeah.
Like it helped a lot of things. It did like that idea, it helped a lot of shit. And the people who made it, they killed them basically. Like they're like killing
Oh
them.
yeah, it was like some Japanese or guy or something like that, or Chinese
One of them was
guy.
a white kid. He also did some shit where GitHub or Google. Remember he got killed by his sister's his the girl he was messing around with brother killed him.
The Bitcoin guy?
One of the he was one of the founders, I think, of Bitcoin.
No, I thought he like fell out a window or something.
No, he got one of them
Fell
got one
out
of
a
them got the
window.
window. There's 4 of them that died. 8 of them. 8 of them died within a year.
Oh,
When
you're saying
when
different guys that helped
Yeah,
like
different
build
guys
with
that
them.
built it, and they had like crazy Bitcoin amounts. Like, they were like multimillionaires or close to being billionaires off of Bitcoin. And they were the people who in it when it started. So they
Because
had
like these guys around balconies, they're really
and
jumpy, you know what I'm
and
saying? Like,
and you can't, like, right now, if you had $1 billion, I could kill you and your money. That doesn't take your money from you. You know what I'm saying? Like, your family can get it. But
yeah,
Bitcoin is different. If I don't have your wallet, your passphrase, and all that, it don't matter. They don't
yeah,
care. You don't get it because it's not, you won't get access. So I was like, I know why they killed them, because the bankers they're gonna do what they do. They're not gonna let you come in on their turf. And I was like, once they get a hold of it, it's not gonna be profitable for regular people to do. It'll just be another service they offer.
yeah. It's
Yeah.
already at like a certain stat, like
Yep.
coming in
Once the
like
banks take over it, it's over.
here, like,
Yep.
oh, I'm gonna mine it. I'm gonna get up to here. Like, no, that's not like.
You're not getting
And
nowhere.
by the time you even get up to here, he goes, like, and just goes like that. So they go, oh, we
And
gotta,
none of them were like rich, like a banker rich. I mean, they were rich compared to us.
yeah,
A banker rich they got a couple zeros behind that building, that billion. But these guys didn't have to do shit. They was gonna keep going up. They were
yeah.
they were in at the beginning. They were some of the pioneers of it. I want to say this guy made Napster or something. Well, I forget what he. Hold on. This was it. Billionaire crypto debts. There was a lot of them. One of them drowned off the coast of Costa Rica. The bankers are killing them out there. I don't even think that's a far-fetched thing. I'm not wearing my tinfoil hat on this one. It's just obvious. Like, you're encroaching in the turf. They've only controlled it so much. The government gives them their money. They hold the government's money. The Federal Reserve is held by
Yeah.
a bank. It's the bank that's holding that.
Yeah, it's no more federal than Federal Express or whatever.
Right.
So
Exactly.
if you have like the like let's say somehow, you get banker level money, what's like something you want? Like what would be like the like you can get three things. You got FU money, like yachts, fucking
No, let me
big
get that.
building, bitches, whatever.
I have like the craziest fucking computer you ever seen in your life. That would
Oh,
be
You,
one.
you have the T eight hundred,
I would have a fucking supercomputer. Like, it would be fucking crazy.
T800, yeah.
Hell yeah.
So
And then the
that's
second,
one. You got two
yeah.
more.
I would die. So my second one, it's not something like, you can't own humans, but I would hire the best people in the world to work for me with my supercomputer. Like,
Okay, all
I
right.
really would like what I would really want to spend the money on is like the people who get screwed over by all these tech companies and shit all the time. They're the reason, like, I got cracked apps, because they make them and they don't pay them. And they're like, fuck it, I'm gonna backdoor you, you know. So I will hire them, but I will pay them top dollar, like, to do what they do, you
Yeah,
know. And that would be like my charitable thing, is I will pay them way more than anybody, like, it would be the highest paying job they fucking ever had. Because I
yeah,
want I want a good team of people around me. I don't think money can buy that. I think I would still have to kind of judge, who's what.
yeah,
But when you see the talent, if you got the money to hire them, that's what you do. You know, you,
yeah.
that's that's like more than anything, having people around you could trust in. And then the third thing I want is a kitty ass thing. You would laugh at this one. A 1985 Lamborghini Countach, the one from Cannonball Run,
A
the black one.
is that what we said?
1985 A 1985 Lamborghini Countach. When I was a kid, I loved that fucking car. Or is it 89? It might be 89. It could have been
Oh,
80.
with the suicide doors.
Yeah, the ones that go up like a wing.
Oh, nice. Yeah, like the fucking
That was the
DeLorean
first
type shit.
first time I saw that thing. It looked like a fucking spaceship to me. I think I was like 8 or 7 years old when I
Yeah,
saw
I
one.
mean it's not practical, but it does look dope. That's
No,
for
they would just look so cool. Like that's why I said it's such a kiddie thing. Like if I was rich, I would get one just to say I had it. Because when I was a kid, I said when I grew up, I'm getting one. You know.
one of these days, Alice. Yeah, like,
I'm not a big car buff anyway. You know, like
yeah,
I would if I was rich, I would probably drive a regular car. You know, that's the only thing that has it's just nostalgia. It's not even for functional, you know, and it wouldn't look better than anybody else's nothing. And I
yeah.
know that,
Plus, I hate driving. I'd be like, yeah, I just have a
yeah.
driver. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Oh, you ain't getting no driver with that. That shit is too small. You ain't going
oh yeah,
nobody in there with you. You don't want nobody in there with you. You just
basically like driver slash bodyguard. Just like, all right,
yeah, if you're doing that, yeah. And you know what? It's a lot of fucking gear shifting and stuff. You can't get out of second gear in that thing. You know, it's so fucking fast.
I would go with like a nice like a Bentley, like a fucking
Yeah, it's not something you can't you have to have that car like in California somewhere, Arizona, where it's flat, it's dry, because it's like a race car, it's too low to the ground to be in New York. You know, if you had it out here in Troy, you have the potholes will kill you. It'll break that car up, man.
yeah,
You know,
Lincoln Continental. That looks pretty nice.
yo, you know what? I like the Escalade trucks. I don't like Cadillac cars, but I like that fucking truck. That truck is mean to me.
Yeah. Some of these I was like looking through the
The
fucking
Chevy Suburban is nice too.
I put like mafia car because I was like, that sort of like and the aesthetic or whatever.
Yeah.
But I was like, sure, yeah, nice BMW, like this fucking
Yeah, or 560 Benz. My brother,
bulletproof
my brother had one of
BMW,
them
you know what
shits. He
I'm
took
saying?
it back, man. They was pulling him over everywhere.
Yeah.
He had 560 Benz. He had fucking BBSs on it. I'm like, they about to kill your ass. I mean, them police in New York City. He said he had to start early to go to work, like, because he get pulled over every day. They swore he was like a drug dealer or something, you know. And it was a clean looking car. It was fucking gold. I was like, you had a gold 560? Yo, you about to be in it. They gonna fuck with you all the time. Yeah. It's just too flashy. Some stuff is just too flashy. You
Yeah,
just
that was like, a nice black car. I was like,
I
that's
mean, if he was a white dude, he could do that, but we know what it is. He's like, you in a fucking gold fucking Benz, they already will pull you over in a fucking Toyota. So
or like
you damn sure gonna get pulled
red or
over,
yellow
yeah.
car, anything that's like McDonald's related color wise.
He took that shit back.
They
I
try to
remember
pull
that.
that shit over. You know what I'm saying? Like,
He took that fucking car back quick. He had that car for like 6 months. He was like, I'm like, what happened to the Benz? He was in a Lincoln after that. He's in a Lincoln. Yep.
Lincoln Continental.
Yep. Because it's smooth. You know, they ain't gonna bother you. And if you're out, he was a sales rep, pharmaceuticals. So
Yeah.
he had to court doctors, so he wanted a nice car for them to get in. You know, everything about you has to look like money. You know, when you're a sales rep for them people, you got to sell, sell,
Oh
sell.
yeah, you gotta look like a big shot. Yeah, definitely.
I mean, yo, my brother's checks, man. Some of the biggest checks I've seen in my life. Like his rip checks, I could not fucking
Yeah.
believe. He was with GlaxoSmithKline. He was with fucking Gencia. He was with US Surgical. He was with big companies. So he would just step in and fill the orders that they already gonna take anyway, but he would offer them new products. Like, look, we got this and this. He used to when they first invented microsurgery, he used to go in and instruct them on how to, do the syringe thing and work through it. I was like, yo, that shit is cool as hell. Like you telling
Yeah.
the doctors how to use it. I thought that shit was cool as hell. I'm like, that's why you got a fucking $30,000 check at the end of the month, you know?
Yeah.
And I think the regular salary was over 100 and something, you know? So he was comfortable. Like, he had this fucking this condo on the Hudson and Yonkers. You could see the whole fucking city from that shit. I used to love
Yeah.
going out to his house. I was like, where the girls at? He was like, man, they bumping into each other. One leaving, one coming. Yeah. I'm like, I bet they do with this view. They just trying to get back up in here. But yeah, this is the one I've been dealing with.
All right, I got one for you.
You screen sharing?
Yeah.
What's this?
So it's a Ford's transmission.
That thing filled my whole screen up. I haven't been on one of these in a minute. I just got on them because today.
At Ford, we ride with pride. We're shifting gears this month, and we're on a transmission.
Honey, there's a f***ed up commercial. Another brand went woke.
During the Ford Month of Pride, we actively encourage drag racing. We like that now.
This is gonna affect my life specifically.
Don't forget to top off your gender fluid. Fill it up. Your diesel feel good.
What the f*** does that mean?
Straight roads are boring. It's time to pull out that car closet of yours and get torqued during
I
Ford's
need to
Fun
get this over
Month.
this thing. It's acting stupid.
What's that?
No, I said I need to get the software for this thing. It's acting stupid. This mic.
Oh, like, are you able to hear it though?
How does it sound like that?
Yeah, I thought you were like messing with the sound or something. Like, sound was acting weird.
Oh, it seems disgusting. Here, hold on. Yeah, go ahead.
Our trucks have been gay this entire time. We didn't just jump on this right now. If you got a Ford, you got a gay-ass truck.
Huh?
If you ever been in one of our trucks, you've been inside something gay. And you liked it.
It's stupid.
Every time I parked my wife in my truck, you're telling me it was a gay threesome?
With ample room in our truck's backsides, Ford continues to take the biggest loads you've ever seen to your desired location. Ford, we're gay. We aren't donating to any charities or helping the LGBT plus community in actuality. This is essentially a publicity stunt so that people talk about us, and in any situation where we are criticized, we'll post a long write-up of us morally grandstanding as if we are trailblazing leaders of social progress, but we actually won't run this ad in any country where pride isn't already actively celebrated. I'm Questlove.
Yeah, it's very weird stuff. But I was like, just some random shit. I was like, I was like, that shit's fucking had me dying. But it's kind of funny at the same time, like the same motherfuckers that like be driving Ford trucks, like white dudes that I know, they'll be like, oh, you like throw
Yeah,
a
because
gay joke.
they swear they tough in those trucks, don't they?
They throw it like, you throw a gay joke at them or something, they get all like, fucking, no man, what are you talking about? Like motherfuckers get all like, oh geez, they get all fucking like socially awkward about it. And I think that's
Yeah.
pretty funny.
They be homophobic as hell. But
Yeah, and I'm
that
just,
tough. They don't be that tough. They just be, it's an act.
I was like, don't get me wrong, like I am as well. Like I don't want them near me, but like I
I don't
can
give a shit.
do it like whatever, it's
Yeah,
just
if you ain't trying,
I'm not like,
and
oh,
I'm comfortable in my skin. Like I don't care what nobody else is doing. That's their business.
Yeah, I was like, you want to take it in the butt, that's your business, not mine. You know what I'm saying? Like,
and if I'm occupying my mind with it, I must want some of that shit. Like I don't sit here thinking about that all day. I have gay friends I talk to for hours and they don't come at me, like we do.
Yeah, it's like goddamn gays, it's just like,
yeah.
it's
But
like,
you know what? If
dude,
you limit yourself, this is life. You can limit yourself by doing shit like that, you know? Like
Yeah.
somebody really valuable, you can miss it. That's what I'm always afraid that my own shit will get in the way of somebody cool, you know, like really could help me in my life, you know, because of you know, I'm too broken, you know, or I'm too, you know, my
Yeah.
fear, whatever it is. You know, I try not to live based on that shit. Like I don't want to live based off of the worst I could think of.
Yeah, that's not like your narrative, pretty much.
Yeah. Like I don't live based on it. And I've had a very hard life, you know.
Yeah.
It's just I don't feel like the world owes me shit, and I don't feel like you know, I have to focus on the worst of people, you know.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like a lot of shit's like a case to case basis, you know, like
yeah. Like if somebody's doing something that makes me uncomfortable, I'll let them know, you know, like yo, I don't get down, bro. You cool and shit, but I don't get down, you know.
yeah.
I ain't part of the life, but that don't mean we can't be friends or we can't be cool or we can't be cordial to each other, you know, if we working together or something.
Yeah, it's there's not like this over the top
Yeah.
like, oh, I disagree with your like, your race or your like life choice or whatever the fuck you want to call it. Like this day and age, like that's not happening. And for like people to
And the shit
say
is
that
changing. If you're like
even
that,
like dude, like even in the fucking South, like if you're just like I'm here to smack, chew bubble gum and smack faggots, and I'm all out of bubble gum. Like that shouldn't fly. Somebody fucking videotape you. Somebody make sure your fucking job was lost. Like they would
yeah,
fucking put you on,
it's
like
different
put you on
nowadays.
blast, basically. You know what I'm saying?
It's
Like,
different nowadays. Like you do that shit and you'll get shunned for it, you know? Like
yeah, exactly. Yeah,
they
it's
don't
like,
just let people do it. And they don't like you know, when we were younger, people they wouldn't even say anything when we were kids. Like you would know somebody was a little bit fruity, but it wouldn't be like flaming like it is now. You know, like now
oh
you're not gonna
yeah,
push because they were afraid of getting pushed around, so that you know they didn't act like they self. They would be
yeah,
closet.
yeah. That's like, yeah, like they're like promoting it to
Yeah,
kids.
it's
It's
all
like
out in the open now because
I was
they
like,
have their rights now.
guys,
Like you know, like people from our era, we never thought we would see it the way it is today. You know, but it is what it is. You know, the world changes. You gotta adjust with that shit. The world
like
keep changing.
there's a lot of people saying, like
Yeah,
you,
the world's
you
changing.
go to your preschool teacher, like
You know, and but I just don't agree with certain things. Like with the, you know, that's just my opinion. My kids are grown, so I can't. You know, I keep my mouth shut. Like I don't speak on against or for no other group. You know, I
yeah,
got my own problems. You know, so I'm not gonna be here making it bad for you, and I'm not speaking on your problems. You know, like go ahead, y'all just do what y'all do. You know, we got enough shit. That's the problem with black folks now. We not focusing on our own problems. You know, we trying to help the whole fucking world, and we're starving.
a lot
Like,
of black people separate on
yeah,
different
everybody
problems,
wants to glom. You know,
like
everybody gets black people to glom on. Blacks and people of color. What the hell is a person of color? Because nobody calls themselves that unless they're around black folks. You know,
so basically,
they
so
trying to glom
basically,
off of our civil rights
hey,
acts.
so basically, you never heard of that before. I told you that the other day.
Yeah, no, you're right though. No,
I
you
was like, that's
you need
wild. Like,
you need to listen to the people I listen to, and you'll
yeah,
know
it's like where
because
people like tiptoe.
everybody's glomming off of us when they come over here. It's a money grab on the backs of black folks.
But like, hey, my buddy
They're
Harrison's coming.
minorities. What the hell's a minority? What is that?
Yeah,
Where
not
you come
only
from, you're
that,
not a minority. You are
right?
when you get here. And why is that? Because of us.
He's a colored person. So
Right.
when you say person of color, that's what it sounds like.
Yeah, person of color. They're trying to say they're not white
Like,
while it
hey,
benefits them. But then when they get all of their shit together, they put white on their paperwork.
yeah.
All them
So
Spanish
so
people,
be
all of them
like,
do it.
like, hey
They be
guys,
blacker than me putting white on them. Like, man, dude, yo, what's wrong with you? You know? I guess when you get your shit together, you show who you really are. You know? When you over
yeah.
here
So
starving, when you over here starving, you're gonna get next to the black people. Like, hey, black folks, we just like
that
you.
where's the season in that? Yeah. So
Yeah.
fucking So I'd be like, oh,
I'm
you
like
know,
Goya powder in here. I don't know.
they'll be like, oh, the personal color.
Yeah.
I just think that, be like, hey, my friend Harrison's stopping by. He's gonna spend the night. By the way, he's a person of color, like some fucking like Jim Carrey type of character, what I'm saying? Like, be like, why would that even matter? It's like, yeah, unless you're like, be like, oh, I have my buddy Harry come over. He's kind of an asshole, but
It turned off good. Good. It's off. That thing was getting on my nerves. It wouldn't power down either when I tried to shut it down.
what was it?
That other laptop.
Uh,
I got the OS on it. Now I gotta get it to boot. So I'm like, just turn it off and leave it alone for a bit. Let your head
just like
clear.
you just like pull it in half like Omni Man, and it's like it's still on somehow.
That shit was on for like an hour, just spinning, the thing spinning, saying it's shutting down. Like, damn. It does not want me to get the extra speed out of the SSD. I'm telling you.
Like a female computer, just like, yeah,
It's like, no, you better put the one behind here in here.
I'll shut down.
I don't recognize you.
Hey, so I'm gonna smoke a cigarette real quick. Like I said,
Yeah.
like I'm smoking in the house. Well, I got you see that, right?
Huh?
You see the sharing the screen or whatever.
Yeah.
So I'll play this clip for you, and it'll probably be, like, but this shit's pretty funny.
Oh,
It's
shit, I'm gonna have to
about
go get me put me something in well, I'll just turn the water on now. I'm gonna make a soup or something. But go ahead, put that. You can send me links to this stuff too, right? Let it play though. Yeah, just let it play.
By the way, last time we were in the studio, I was getting ready to interview RFK over there, and everyone was smoking weed. And then at one point, it dawned on me, I was like, man, I hope that doesn't turn him off, that like it's going to stink like weed when he comes in. And then I figured out that was the least of my problems.
That was the least of your worries.
Turns
for
out
sure.
we had a fucking employee here grilling his team.
Was she hired simply for being hot and Asian?
Maybe that was a Ralph thing.
That was a Ralph hire?
Ralph shouldn't be allowed to hire anymore.
I hired my sister, who's not hot and Asian.
She is so not Asian or hot.
Yeah.
I love your sister
She
for
did-
those
she did
My
a
reasons.
great
sister was
job.
great for the job, yeah. And then she showed up one day, and Lillian was here, and my sister was like, "I guess you guys are just going with a hot Asian."
And you said, yeah. Looks like it, kiddo. See, it's Christmas. And then that lady apparently is a lunatic.
No, stop it. She's great.
She's great, but she's fired,
She's
right?
fired.
Yeah, but she's a huge fan of the show and all the things we do. So, hey,
Oh, thanks for fucking up my interview with RFK.
Oh, are you listening
You
right now?
psychopath.
what did you do?
She didn't fuck up your interview.
No, but from what I found out today, she was grilling his staff about the like.
She was grilling dolphin meat for them.
Oh, this is where I come from. It's very good.
You eat a live octopus legs.
Strong sense of a protein. Oh yeah, I heard that she asked RFK's security what their thoughts were on Chappaquiddick. That's the one that stood up to me the most. I think there was a bunch of things.
She asked RFK what they thought about the Jabberwockies.
Yeah, and they're not in any position to answer that question.
They wear masks so they don't have to talk.
They're a pretty good dance team.
They're really good at that. I like their moves.
I thought they should have won second.
Dude, I hope he
place,
becomes the president.
definitely.
That'd be the best, dude. People of America.
He sounds like fucking Skeletor.
Hello, He-Man. You think you're gonna stop me? You cringe, Schmuke.
Doing this impression would have been more appropriate than what she was asking
You're
their
not
staff.
wrong.
Literally. She goes, that wasn't like.
Kneel before RFK, Iowa.
The leader of the free world, RFK, has arrived.
Your emperor is now here.
It would have been better if she was like,
Dave, turn Republican, and your journey to the dark side will be complete. Then die.
This would have been better if she had
Hey,
just
this
been
is
like, "Hey, what's it like driving around this guy all day?" Is he like, "We need to make another stop.
Yeah.
I request a cheeseburger."
Hey, Dave, are you interviewing Zool?
Choose your destroyer. Are you a god?
He has the voice of a Marvel villain.
No.
Then die.
He sounds like he's hiding Infinity Stones.
Can't wait.
Kneel before me and get your health care. The blacks will be sectioned off in the southwest of this country.
I like him. I heard something today. Dave, you posted something, and I was like, "This guy sounds good, man."
There you go. There you go. Lewis is
did.
on board.
Yeah, dude. He
I
posted
heard he
some
prefers
video.
loafers over tie-up shoes, and I like that. I'm gonna vote for him.
There you go.
He said something. It sounded pretty good. He was like, "We need to not be so extreme, man. Let's be a little bit more in the middle." And I was like, "All right, dude, I get this guy."
Can we all just be cool about things?
He's like a hippie, but he's got that voice.
I don't know. This might be the weed talking, but
The gays. I'll give you a pass.
oh,
You can't
shit.
have babies, but you can get married.
We'll let you own the property.
Oh Lord.
gonna give you a section of Middle Earth.
Put the ring into the volcano and see what happens. What is your destiny?
He's gonna say a lot of words like destiny.
This country's destiny is bound by fate. Open the puzzle box and make the gate to hell.
He sounds like Pinhead.
He goes, me and my cabinet, the Xenobites.
Oh, fuck, dude. Fuck. I like RFK being an evil god.
I hope he wears black gowns always.
Your dark emperor is before you. Now, everybody, cut yourselves. Bleed for me.
Show your true allegiance. Spill the blood of your firstborn child for RFK.
Feed me your babies. I will tear them limb from limb while you watch. And your love for me will keep you okay. You don't need your baby when you have RFK Jr.
Great guy.
Yeah.
He is a great guy.
He said something in
He is a great
the
guy.
thing that you posted. It was like, I guess his son went to fight for the Ukraine. Like he actually went over there. Mm-hmm. And I was like, damn, dude, you're Kennedy. You didn't have to do that, dude.
He did not. Have to
Yeah,
do
it's
that.
insane.
That's a real ass dude right there.
Yeah, but also part of me when he said that was I was like, was he really like on the front lines or was it
No.
like he was staying at like a 5-star
Yes.
resort with a machine gun next to
Probably.
the fucking like hot tub? You
Oh,
know?
yeah, for
Like, you're
sure.
like, all right.
But then he hears bing bong, and he grabs a gun. He goes, "Hello, room service." He goes, "Okay, let me put my robe on. I'll be right there."
John, I sent you room service. Stay inside.
Stay inside.
I don't think it's gonna work if I
Don't
do
go
that. though.
out. I sent you the Duck Lorange. It's to die. The meat melts in your mouth. Enjoy. I'm sorry you have to spend your birthday in Fallujah.
Not even close to the right country, but that impression's incredible. All right.
I like the term Fallujah. I like saying
It's,
Fallujah.
Fallujah's a great war,
Yeah,
like
place, but it's
place,
Iran.
yeah.
Or it's
Iraq.
yeah.
It's all good. It doesn't matter. It could be Iran. Who cares?
Pardon me.
Could be Ukraine.
Do you have any gray poupon?
Are those Bugle Boy jeans you're wearing?
I just want to follow him around. I'll take a number 2 supersize with a Diet Coke.
For the lowest insurance rates online, go to the General and save some dime.
He goes, excuse me, I ordered number 2, and this is a quarter pounder. We all know that's the number 3.
This should be 2 cheeseburgers and a medium French fries.
I hate to be that guy.
There's a fly in my soup. I know it sounds like a punchline, but there's actually a fly in my soup. Kneel before God. You have made your choice of your emperor. That's right. Build your shrines. The streets will run red with the blood of my enemies.
Bring me your manager.
Also, abortions are back.
Guys, we're gonna be fine on our own.
Seriously, I think that guy's great. Check out the interview.
Great interview.
I thought it was.
Still there?
Yeah, I'm here. I'm here. This somebody took my fucking brick out of here to this iPad. I broke it, so I don't need to use it, but I wanted to get my art off of it, you know? I had a ton of art I did on here with like Procreate and Illustrator and that other Animate, Adobe Animate. I had a bunch of stuff on here, but
Oh yeah.
yeah, like if it dies completely, you gotta have an official Apple brick. And I let somebody use it and they never brought it back. So damn it.
Like you got to bring it back to the Apple store and pay us $500 to get.
An Apple brick.
Yeah.
You're gonna pay some bread for that brick. The bricks are like $30, man. The cable's $30. So $60 if you need them both.
I thought brick means like it just like it's done or whatever, like it's just a paper.
Well,
one.
that's but a power brick, we call it a brick too. We'll say you brick the computer or hey, get me a power brick. I don't know why we say that. Brick for every damn thing.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy.
It's funny as hell to hear like a bunch of nerds arguing. It's hilarious.
But did you hear like what they were saying? Like I don't know if you ever heard of like
No, these guys were cool. These guys were great.
Robert Kennedy talk, but like he's got some sort of condition where he's like like you know, he's like talking like an old dude. It's like, yeah, you got good points, but you talking to like the dude in Russia, you know, like Putin or something, like going, you know, it sounded like the fucking crypt keeper. Yeah, you ain't fucking, you're not making the deal, you know.
Yeah,
That's why you gotta have
the point's getting lost there, buddy.
Yeah, you need an orange president for that type of shit. You know, it's like you need the bull in the china shop. And that's the one thing that Trump knew at least. Like he just copied off of like Reagan's you know, like playbook for football type style.
Well, no,
you know, because he was like, "Make America great again."
To him too, he's not a literate person that's going to read a bunch of books. So he's imitating like who he thinks are the people, you know, that you know, like whoever he says that's a good man. Like he'll imitate them. He ain't gonna go read a book and try and be all smart about how he do it. He just does what he knows will work. You know, he's always been that way. He's not like, you know, the rich kid that got the you know, the brains and the money. He just had he believed in himself and he's, you know, he's good. He believed he's the best. And that if you believe that, that's more than 90% of people out here. You know, like that's more than that. Most people don't believe in themselves. So you'll be head and shoulders above a lot of them. You know, even if you know, you're mediocre at best. And in business, you could be horrible, but people could still be intimidated by you and give that money up.
Yeah.
You know, like you don't got to be the best. You just have to be good at what you know. He's the living proof of it. Like, yo, he just had to be good at what he knows how to do.
Here, I'll show you a clip where he was in wrestling.
Yeah, I've seen that. I've seen this movie before. That was hilarious.
Yeah, it's like, oh, the corporate
Yo,
taking over.
he really did. Like the way he campaigned, like that shit was dope, yo. Like nobody could say nothing about that. You know what I'm saying? Like he was
Yeah,
active on the ground, going places, and Hillary's up in, up in the Taj Mahal with the corporate Democrats. She's courting them instead of her voters. She wasn't going to beat him. I knew that.
did you see this one?
It's them too.
They have him as
I
Thanos
didn't
too.
think Biden
Oh
was going to
yeah,
beat him. I really didn't.
oh yeah. Check this one out. This is pretty good.
Ooh.
In time, we will know what it's like to lose.
I have like no
Feel so desperate.
my eyes are
You're
closed.
right.
Let me go to the eye doctor.
Fail all the same.
I don't feel so good.
You're all right.
I don't know what's happening. I don't know.
It would seem very hard to obstruct justice for a crime that never happened. The only matter I do not take seriously, boy, is you. Politics bore me.
It's George Soros.
How the hell did they do that? You gotta have
President of
patience.
the United States on my first try. I think that would qualify not smart, but genius. And a very stable genius at that. Umaga. Does put a smile on my face. Dread it. Run from it. Destiny arrives all the same. And now it's here. Or should I say, I am.
Pin is broken. I think the fucking pin is broken. It's the Wi-Fi card. You gotta snap that little thing on there.
What's that?
When you're putting up like a Wi-Fi card in a computer. Oh, my camera's off. I didn't realize that shit.
Oh, like the Bluetooth thing or whatever. Yeah.
Hold on. And that little thing you gotta snap in, that shit is annoying. And this one, look how small this one is. This one's fucking tiny, man. Like you can have good eyes and it's still, your dexterity has to be really high to fucking get it to stay on here.
I didn't realize there was a chip for the fucking Wi-Fi. I mean, I knew
Yeah.
there's like the adapter and then there's like the, like the source and everything,
Yep. It's a card that does it.
and then you just have like your computer just picks up the Wi-Fi or whatever, like Bluetooth, I guess. I thought.
Yeah, some of them have them soldered onto the boards, but most laptops have Wi-Fi cards. Most of them have it. It's just too much work to try to get it to work, on something that small. And it's easy. You can swap them out. It's another upgradable part. This one didn't come with this. I took it from another machine. But it's not staying on, so it don't matter if I took it. That shit is not staying on. It's fucking pain in the ass. I was gonna just solder it on,
Yeah.
Like fuck it, let me just make it stick.
Yeah.
This shit's busted.
Here's another one.
Well, it's just too, it could be just too small, and I'm just trying to force a square peg in a round hole. Fuck it.
So I mean, I guess you
Only
still
only
got
reason I'm doing
Wi-Fi
this so I can have
because
Bluetooth. I don't care about the other shit. I don't care about the Wi-Fi because I keep this one plugged in. But I wanted Bluetooth, so if I could play the game on it or whatever, you know,
yeah,
like if there's something on it I want to test, I could test it before I put it on the main computer and brick the shit.
yeah. Oh, here's another one. Have you ever seen The Kingsman?
Yeah, yeah.
Like
I thought
Homeboys
it
in the
was
Church, Homeboys in the Church.
I thought it was kind of cheesy, Kingsman.
But this is like the best scene in The Kingsman, pretty much. Like,
Every single American tonight, you should be concerned about what we're learning. We're talking about abuse of power and corruption at the highest levels of the FBI. The FBI was pulled.
yeah, don't forget that same guy was saying, like, hey, there might not be weapons of mass destruction, but we need to keep sending guns, bombs, and people into Iraq. We got to keep up the surge. That's what we got to do, brother.
Yeah, we got to keep fucking up the world, claiming that we're helping it.
Wow, it's so weird. Like the way my lighting is, it looks like I'm like a character you haven't unlocked yet.
It figures
What's
out
the one
that
who
show
introduced the
nearly
cat and the Smurfs?
2,000 children have been.
What's that?
That was Mr. Gadget. The Gadget. What was his name? Mr. Evil. And he had the cat. You couldn't never.
Oh,
see
Dr. Evil, like Mr.
Yeah.
Pennyworth.
You couldn't see nothing but the freaking the silhouette. You'll get you, Gadget. And the cat would scream.
Oh, Inspector Gadget.
Yeah.
Claw or Dr. Claw or somewhere shit like that.
Right? Yeah, he had a cat. And the cat was screaming. Gadget.
He had a doctorate the same way like Joe Biden has a doctorate, like and like a couple friends of mine that are like super like lefty type shit. I mean, granted, like you met Rob, so he's a level, but then it's like he just says a lot of like dumb left wing shit. And I'm just like, you're out of your fucking mind. Like that's not like read a fucking paper, buddy. Just like.
Well, it's perspective. It really is. Like I don't get offended by anybody's, how they feel about anything.
Yeah, and
I know that there was a time where I thought a totally different way than I do now. I was all gung ho and for the country and every fucking thing.
Yeah,
and it feels like an idiot I ever did that because the people I was doing that for and they don't give a fuck about that.
Yeah,
like they'll treat me like a piece of shit. They don't give a fuck about what I did for this country. Like nothing you do is gonna wash the black off your ass. Like
yeah,
still gonna be a nigga. Like so I got a rude awakening. Like
yeah,
you participate in things that gainfully get you where you need to go. You don't worry about the whole thing here because that ain't your job. Your job is make sure you're okay, and take care of anything you could do to help your people, do it. But and I don't glom on to nobody else's, their culture. I don't mess with people, like y'all go ahead, hold your own nuts. Because we've been doing it for hundreds of years. I don't want to hear about no people of color. It's an insult. We're not comparing us to no immigrants. We've been here way too long. Like so. That's why I said a lot of the stuff that I learned is just been not to take people. People they have the right to feel and think whatever they want. Because most people aren't affected by that. Like not to a large degree.
Nobody's being offended by, but not being called people of color. Just you say black chick, black dude, that type of shit.
Yeah.
But like, I feel like the people that
term was created.
Yeah.
For who? Not for us.
That's for white people. Yeah, for white people.
Created for other people that don't want to call themselves black to glom on to us. To make themselves comparative to us. White folks don't call themselves people of color. Other black folks call themselves that. because
or
they get
imagine if
treated-
they call them,
gonna
imagine if they call themselves like people of non-color.
yeah, like they
PLNP, like
no, and white folks are the majority. They ain't got to be none of that. You know, they already done. This is theirs. They ain't got to. They don't need no special help or none of that shit. Because when it's time for their what they got to benefit them, it does. They just got to do something with it. You know, like you could walk into a spot right now and get treatment I would never get. I couldn't pay for it. But it's a lot of white folks that don't believe that. I'm like, y'all sitting here with all this, man, give me some whiteness. I'll show you what to do with that shit. Like, you think you struggling? Shit, I'll trade you right now. You know, it's just, but it's the same thing like what the black folks I know. If you think it ain't no chance here for you, you bugging. But there ain't nobody gonna give it to you. You know what I'm saying? Like, we the one group that nobody gives us shit. They complain about what we're getting and they don't give us nothing. Every other group gets something. You know, look at the fucking Indians. They get a big reservation. The fucking Japanese, they got their internment camps. They cut them checks. You know, we're the only ones. We gotta have a study.
I know Japanese cut checks to fucking Chinese people.
You know, yep.
From World War II and shit.
Yep, everybody, but they worried about what we get. Like, man, we've been here way too long for y'all to be talking about what we get. Come on, man. Way too long. Nobody.
I mean, you've seen the Chappelle show where they have that's the bit, right?
Well, the funny thing with that is that every group that has gotten reparations, they've never done that to them. We the only group they do that to. Like, what they gonna do with the money? They pocket watching us. What about all the other people you gave the money to? Some of them fucked the money up, but you compensated them for what you did to them. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't worry about what we're gonna do with it. You owe us. Give us the fucking money. You know, it's like me telling the credit card company, what are you guys doing with this money? Are you funding sweatshops in China with your proceeds? You know, like they're like, you borrowed the money from us. Give us our fucking money. You got a credit card. You already ran it up and benefited from it. Look at this place, man. This place is beautiful. And it's only for one reason.
Yeah.
Everybody could pretend it's for something else.
The only way that they would even potentially even think that might happen, like there was like California people suggesting it.
Yeah, and they're doing one here in New York too.
It's not happening.
When they're doing that study, that's time wasting tactics.
It's
That
not
study
happening.
shit. When you
So
see
unless they abolish currency, that's the day before they'll give you the currency.
right. That I heard people say that
You know,
too.
they'll be like, all right, yeah,
We'll
what
take
do you
it.
want?
We'll
How
take
much
that.
how much okay, Harrison, how much do you think is a reasonable amount for just for you? And you got to think about all the other black people, they get the same amount as you.
You know,
What's a reasonable
you have to think
amount?
about the money that my family lost through all of this. How much do you think they lost?
I don't know any
I
of
mean,
that.
even since slavery, 99% of our land.
No,
got
I'm just
taken.
asking what do you think? I mean, like you weren't enslaved, you know. But you had to deal with like, you know,
But I'm
being
not
a black
free. This
person
ain't
and all
freedom.
that. I understand that.
This ain't freedom. I'm still being oppressed. I done had my ass kicked because I'm black. I done fucking had opportunities taken from me because this place is run by the people that is baked in now. Like, what's the difference? What has changed? They could shoot me butt naked in my fucking bed and not get in trouble for it. I don't have no freedom. Anything I got, I'm allowed to have it. You know what I'm saying? Like, we are allowed to have it. Look at Bill Cosby ass, billionaire. What billionaire you ever heard go to jail? They got too much money to go to jail.
Oh,
He got something that will
a
make
couple
his ass go to
guys.
jail. I
No,
was
a
like,
couple
watch
guys
him
that
put
are
him in jail,
billionaires
yo.
went to jail, yeah.
And they lied. They like made up some bogus shit and put him in there. It's not like they convicted him and put him in jail. They just fucking said, fuck it. We're gonna just make up some shit and slap it on him. Nobody's gonna do shit about it. That's the power they got. They could do that to a billionaire. I don't know how much money it's worth. I know I shouldn't be, I shouldn't be struggling if my people built the fucking country. I should at least be able to go get a loan and not be treated like shit. Like, give me the same opportunity as everybody else, whatever that is.
I mean, like, don't get me wrong. Like, I like worked at places that like, granted, it's not the same dynamic. I understand, but yeah, I work for places. You work for people. They make a bunch of money. They exploit you. Like, I've been exploited before. I've
Yeah,
worked
no,
jobs
well,
where it was
well,
like
I
I
mean,
worked.
there's a constant pressure. Like there's stuff that all the little microaggressions and the fucking, all the little shit that people do to you, like how people approach you, how they talk to you. There's things that, but we're taught from the time we're young how to deal with it. At least my generation was like, yo, this is the world we in. It ain't fair. You got to be twice as good for half as much. You know that. Who's the poorest people in America? And we've been here since the beginning. Black folks. We should not be having Spanish people, fucking Mexicans and Chinese people coming here jumping on top of us. But they
I
can.
definitely agree with that. Yeah.
But they can. They could come right now and jump on top of us. And they're doing it. And Biden's helping them do it. He needs to get the fuck out of there. They need
Yeah.
to get him out of there. I'd rather have Trump back in there than him. Straight up. Because I know Trump is going to clean this shit up. We ain't gonna
Oh,
have
yes.
we ain't gonna have no job. The budgets for this state, they're sending them up here now. You see them out by Home Depot over there in Latham now.
Yeah.
Like that's what I grew up seeing in the city, and now it's up here. I'm like, damn, they done came all the way up here. They fall down there. They're letting way too many of them come across. It's way too. It's gonna tax. It's gonna hurt us. It's our tax dollars they eating up.
Yeah. So check this out.
Yeah, like the little bit that we do get from the government, they taking that. And they're not having to, do nothing for it. They ain't sitting in no welfare line or no shit. They just giving it to them. So you know what I'm saying? Like I really don't have a number for that. Like I know as a collective group in the last 25 years, they said if they weren't focused on oppressing us, it's costed America $30
I
trillion.
mean, like, I feel like it's like, we need to elect judges that, like law enforcement officers. Yeah, it's like if they're doing some crazy shit, you need to address that.
But it's not just that, it's everything. It's like you can't go
You
get
know-
a loan. You can't go, you can have the same credit score as a motherfucker and they'll dead you. They're like it's baked into our society. It ain't just individuals, it's systemic. The system is designed that way. It's been working that way for hundreds of years. It ain't just gonna change overnight. And you got to learn how, like we have to learn how to navigate it. That's just what it is. It is what it is. When white folks decide that they're gonna, not do the shit no more, they won't. But until then, racism is not a black problem. It's a white problem.
But I'm saying that's never
we
going to
can't
happen.
stop
No offense. I mean, there's always going to be that guy, like.
It's
like you can make it as legal as much as you can in the reasonable terms, but it's like the whole thing with fucking Eisenhower. He said the military industrial complex
Yeah.
it will
They're
persist.
there to take over and get the money. They're not there to be patriots. Just we love America. We're gonna die. No, take this oil and get the fucking gold and get the
Yeah,
and keep your presence there so that nobody attacks you. Because we got embassies everywhere. America has their presence everywhere on earth.
Yeah, they forgot about Afghanistan. We need to make oil fields. They're just like, oh,
Yeah,
totally forgot that.
They didn't even go to Afghanistan. They went to Iraq. Like,
no, they went to both of them,
over here,
but they were in Afghanistan for 20 years, and then they're just like, all right, try to get the oil in Iraq, but we'll pretend like we're not trying to get it or something. Like, not really sure how that works, like
they should have just went ahead and grabbed it.
Yeah.
You can't be there that long and leave empty-handed. That's not how war works. You don't go and come back empty-handed. You got to take something. You got to pay for all the fucking, all the tax money you done spent up fighting over there. And when you wage a war away from home, it's very expensive. Like fighting on your land, you don't have to, the traveling cost.
Yeah.
But you know, arming a division and getting it over to another country 1,000 miles away, you know, to fight them, it costs. So
Yeah.
you got to take something while you're there to make up for it. I mean, I'm just saying what's logical. You know, I don't say it's right or wrong. It don't matter. War has its evils and its horrors. You know, like,
Yeah.
but you damn sure you go about it in a profitable way. You don't just pick up and run off and leave all the fucking money over there. And that's the dumbest shit I ever seen. But I think yes, that war needed to end, but not like that. Like y'all just ran off and left all the bread. People were holding on the fucking airplane. Those people knew they were fucked too. Like, well, the other thing too is that they went over there and stirred it up and just left. Like y'all just basically sabotage these people. They gonna get fucked up when y'all leave. The Taliban was like, they was at the airport with their guns, like, go ahead and leave.
Yeah, so allegedly, like Trump was like set up a deal, and then Joe Biden was like late on the deal or some crazy shit.
He didn't do the deal. He didn't want to. He wanted to end it. That was his thing, you know, because he hasn't done anything else.
Like he did it like a week or two later, and they're just like, all right, RPG.
Like, yeah, this shit done got fucked up already now, you know. But there, you know, there's I tell you what though, I'm not you know, when I was younger, I used to be more, you know, angry about everything, you know, but as I've gotten older, I've learned to not take it on and absorb it. You know, like if people want to be fucked up, let them. You know, don't let them, you know, because it'll kill you to stress yourself. You know, you don't have to absorb their shit. That's them, that's their behavior. That's if they feel right doing it, let them. You know, let them do it. Don't become obsessed with, you know, don't take it on. You're allowed to speak or defend yourself, whatever you got to do. But if you absorbing it, you'll become a miserable person. You know what I'm saying? Like I've seen older black dudes that they ain't never smile. Their tone of voice, they was just angry. You know, they had a whole lifetime of the bullshit and they took it on that way.
Yeah.
You know? And I've seen dudes that was chilling, man. Like that shit, you can't ruffle them. You can't even get them upset because they know the world they in and they know how to move around in it, you know?
Yeah.
But if you're in denial of it, you'll get a bad wake-up call if you're black. You can't deny it. You know, white folks, y'all get the right of denial. Because if you're not participating in the fucked up shit, it don't affect you. But with us, we have to pay attention. You know, it could cost us our lives. You know, like we have to be in the right place at the right, you know, there's places I won't go in this country. Ever. I ain't trying to get drug around and, you know, and swing from a tree. Fuck that. They still got sundown towns in America. You know, it's changed a lot, but a lot has stayed the same.
Yeah.
What do they say? The more things change, the more they stay the same. That shit is true. You'll find everything you've seen 100 years ago still going on right now. If you look. If you're not looking for it, you won't, you know, it don't affect you. And if
you'll always have similar problems.
Yeah,
it'll be a different type of the same problem.
Right.
You know?
The core of this place was built on it. It's like, you know, it's like I was raised on fucking corn and wheat. You know, I'm full of it. It's part of, you know, you are what you eat. You know what I'm saying? It ain't gonna just change. You know, like it's gonna find a way to keep surviving. The good and the bad, you know, like all that fucked up shit people are used to doing, they're gonna try and keep doing it. And it is a pump fake because the people who really are benefiting from it are way up at the top. You know, there's like 20, 30 people that got more money than the whole country. You know what I'm saying? Because they got us fighting over regular shit. Like shit that they don't even think about.
Yeah, so it's weird. So some random shit, kind of not related to what you're saying. But at the bottom it says Real Chicago Real 360. Like I was just like hovering my mouse around the general. Like I was like, what the fuck is that? I thought it was like I thought it was part of the like the Zoom program.
Yeah.
This is I have an AI companion. I'm sure is just as retarded as the three other kids, you know, just like, oh, would you like me to beat you over the head with the obvious information? Like, press A to attack. Like, all right, like, can I use the item as a spell? Like, oh, to use the item. Like, no, I know how to use items. Like, can you
Yeah,
use
you
other
about to tell
items
me
to do
somebody
other
coming over
things?
here that I don't see. Yeah, you supposed to be
Yeah.
giving me some information I don't know. That's the companion.
Yeah, like the shit with fucking the Xbox too does that shit. Like, and I was like, I guess it's for like autistic, retarded people or something,
I really
or
feel like
deaf and blinds.
I really
I
feel
don't
like
know
it's
why a blind person has a fucking Xbox, but I guess you know.
doesn't it seem like it's like they're trying to build dependency? Like they pacified us with drugs and fucking TV.
Oh yeah, they're trying to fucking
They
yeah.
did that already. Now they
They're
got
trying to fucking. What was the story? Gulliver's Travel.
Yeah.
They strapped them down, so if it's not porn, it's not video games, it's not bitches, it's not gambling, it's not fucking doing tons of lines of cokes and banging hookers.
Right.
One of those things, you know, like that's how they call Gulliver, you know, like some shit's gonna bring you down, brother. You know, like you're gonna get you know, one of your most exclusive vices.
Yeah, there's
And that's
something
like the
there's
guy, he goes,
always something in place to distract you. You know, and it's to keep you being the money.
you
We
know,
are the
just
money. When I say that to
it's gonna
people, they don't
fucking wing
understand,
it
but
to
that's
you, you
true.
know.
We are the money. And if they keep us distracted, we'll keep having to, you know, deliver them
Yeah.
the cash. If we wake up and we're not distracted anymore, then it's gonna take money out of their pockets. They know
Yeah,
that.
we're just gonna be crocodiles in Atlanta and just like attacking each other just cause, you
Yeah,
know,
we'll be,
like
you know, we'll be more competitive than they don't want, you know. They're used to having it their way, the people at the top. They got enough money for 300 generations, most of them.
oh
So,
yeah, they're the
no.
dude, they're
And
buying
they're not gonna have
fucking
us coming and taking it.
they're buying farmland and they're telling farmers to like leave their lands. And
So
then
they-
it's like the fucking Bill Gates is buying a bunch of farmland. And I'm like,
Yeah, like why is he doing that? And why was he giving out medicine in Africa?
oh, to make
But he's not
people
a
like
doctor. He's like treating people in Africa with medicine. Well, he's not a doctor.
yeah, he's like I guess because he has the Windows program, he knows about viruses.
You know,
Am I right? Oh.
Troy won the CEO here in Troy won the $1 million he was giving to upstate New York. All
What's
them CEO you saw open up, that was from him. I
the
learned
CEO?
that CEO, the place that runs all the nonprofits and the fucking shelters in Troy. They don't have no
Oh.
regular city shit. CEO runs all this shit.
Oh, the establishment CEO. Okay, yeah.
Yeah. They're the ones who
I
run
thought you said at first I thought you meant like there's a CEO of all those programs.
CEO's the place. You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah. Yeah, I had the summer programs. Yeah, a couple times.
Yeah.
I had like the paid
Gates
internships,
money.
was pretty awesome.
Well, we were grown. That happened back when I was at the nonprofit. And they were like, yeah, I was like, who's the biggest place? They're like, they are now. They won that shit right when we started out there. I was like, they just got $1 million straight up. Yep. And they already had money and they got the land bank and they had, you know, 200 houses they took up here with the land bank. If you want a house in Troy, you pretty much going through them, whether you realize it or not. Like, you know, like that's how it works everywhere. And if you're not part of the in crowd, you got to fight your way to the top. You know, or just take your slice of life and be happy with it. You know, like.
Yeah, somehow me and Squeeze,
you know, like
were in Troy for the longest, and he was like, and Squeeze was like, it's like, yeah, I just haven't heard from the landlord. Like, I was like, oh, I guess you don't have to pay rent then, you know, like. So I was like, that's pretty crazy. So And then like I was fucked up in the game, and like I was living down the block, and I was like, let me crash the couch for a while. But it was quite some days until like I started seeing some fucking some pasty white people walking through the block, fucking wearing face masks when face masks weren't like the thing anymore. And I was like, all right, yeah, it's pretty much just like the fucking whole thing with like libs. Like they pretend to like black people, but
They don't.
they really
There's two sides of the same coin.
like,
They're in cahoots with the other side. Trust me. There's some shit that neither side will do for black folks.
yeah.
The job of a black person that's in there is they're not allowed to help other black folks, and they're not allowed to punish white folks. If you noticed, just pay attention. The people that's like, look at Clarence Thomas, even been in the Supreme Court that long, and they made one law for black people. Look at Jim Clyburn. We have 400 and something county districts in America, and they're the sixth poorest, and he's been there for 30 years.
Oh no, but
a black
like
man.
the Supreme Court, they rule on cases. People have to bring the cases to them.
No, they've been making laws now. They've been breaking the rules, and nobody's complaining about it. I'm like, yo, they allowed to do that? They literally are making laws, and it's not supposed. They're only supposed to interpret it.
No, but it's supposed to go to the Supreme Court. You can't just.
Well, they interpret the law.
You're saying judges themselves are just like, oh,
They're just
this is the
changing
thing
the rules,
now.
making this shit up. They've been doing it now for like 50 years, and nobody's saying shit. And these are people that are gonna be in there their whole life. They don't get, you don't. Once
Like
you in
what kind of things?
What you remember the lady that just passed away? Like she fucking could have trained a protege.
Oh, the Ginsburg chick.
Yeah, I'm like, damn, she kept that shit till she died. She did not step down and knew she couldn't do her job. But that's all she had. If she stepped away from that shit, she ain't have nothing. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, of course. But I'm saying like
did that, she probably would have been a bum if she ain't do that, She's like,
But
fuck that.
okay, I guess like I heard you wrong then, because you said that like the justices were like just like, oh, here's a law or something, like here's something we're passing.
Right, they're making the rules.
But you're saying they're just there too long, like they just need to fucking like.
And if you're there that long, it's just an effect of it. You understand what I'm saying? I'm not saying that they're blatantly doing it, but this is the same people for 50, 40, 50 years. They be in there. That means that they're going to be changing things. You be in there that long, you start developing an opinion, and you start fucking making the rules. Because every time they come to you, you're going to rule on certain shit certain way. If there's not a variety of Americans that are more in touch with the regular people to help make to help interpret the law like they're supposed to be doing.
You start paying taxes, you're like, fuck that.
When they do their rulings, their rulings be making laws. It didn't used to be that way. It was, this is to the letter of the law. This is why they had to explain it. They just be like, no, they could get mad at you and give you more time. Judges, like they have a lot of power. I seen the judge get pissed off at the dude and, all right, 30 days. Like, yo, your feelings shouldn't have nothing to do with your ruling. You're interpreting, right? You're not supposed to be, his punishment comes by the book. Whatever the rules are for his punishment, that's what it's supposed to be. Justice is supposed to be blind. His personality ain't got shit to do with it. It's supposed to, his crime was this, he's supposed to get that. Right? But if you give him whatever you want to give him, then you're changing the rules. You know what I'm saying? Like if you have a hard line attitude about a certain thing, you're always going to rule on that the same way.
Oh yeah, definitely. I
so that's 100%
why they agree with that shit.
They should be in
They'd be like, oh, here's this evidence that
you don't
pretty much, about, get rid of all this shit. You go,
we're not in favor of certain shit.
We're not gonna
get it.
We're not going to address this evidence to the people that actually decide the case, whether this person lives or dies potentially.
Yep.
Like, It is
And,
like,
you know,
okay, if it's involved in the fucking case, you would put that in the thing and
yeah,
just
let
like
it go through. And
a
if it,
fucking judge, just any judge, like whether it be fucking New Jersey judge, New
and they
York,
have a,
fucking
you know,
wherever,
with
and
the
they can
power
just
they
make
have,
some crazy fucking ruling, and
yeah,
it just changes
you
a
could
bunch of
go in there and
crazy
act a
shit.
fool. You could go in there and act a fool and nail guilty your ass right there. You don't fuck with the judge. Everybody knows that. The one person you don't fuck with is the judge, because they could give you, you know,
Exactly, yeah.
they could punish you right now.
Yes, Your Honor. No, Your Honor. That's the
Right.
only things you should be saying.
That's it. If you open your mouth at all. If you got a lawyer, shut the fuck up. You know, he don't want to hear you.
Exactly, yeah.
He don't even want to hear you sneezing in there.
Yeah, unless you think you're fucking Charles Manson or something, and
No.
it's like, I'm gonna represent myself, brother. You know,
And
it's like,
you know,
nah,
that's the one thing, man, I know for a fact. You know, all the brothers I know, even all the black kids I knew when I was a kid, I told them the one thing I'm not gonna do is be going in front of no judge for something. Because then you're at the mercy of the system. Like, you putting yourself there. Fuck that. I'm like, that right there is when you're truly powerless. Like, you,
yeah.
but and you better know you are and shut up. Dudes being there acting up, and I'm like, yo, it's too late now. You know, you're in front of him, you done did something. You better be quiet and act, you know, act social remorse, see if they're gonna give you some mercy. You know, you might not have even done anything. You know, sometimes
Yeah.
they just offer them a plea.
Yeah, it could just be like bad, like
Most people are in there because they took a plea, because they're like, yo, if you blow trial, you're gonna get 20 years, or you could take the 7 I'm giving you right now.
yeah, they go like it's
But
like
I ain't
really
do nothing.
it's really circumstantial
The truth doesn't matter.
evidence.
The truth
It's like
don't
my
matter.
cousin
It's what you
Vinny.
can
You ever
prove.
see that?
Yeah, yeah. The truth is what you could prove.
Like these two youths. He goes, what the fuck do you say? Like youths. Like youths? Like he's like,
But you know how it goes. Like, if
yeah, exactly.
don't you
I
don't,
mean, yeah, you can like, yeah, it's like you get the cops, you know, they can ruffle some feathers up and get people like saying like, oh, I started the London fire of 1666 or something, you know, like you get
and they
like,
have the right to
it doesn't make it fucking
they got the
sound
right to do whatever they
like,
do. You really, where you should be quiet is if they're interrogating you. You post a lawyer up, I'll be seeing people talking to them, those things. I'm like, what the hell are you talking for? You're not
yeah,
gonna outsmart them. You're not gonna draw them off of your scent. You know, like, they on you. They know it was you. Anything you say is just gonna hurt your case. You're giving evidence to them, even if you're denying it. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah,
they do this shit all day, every day. You're not gonna beat them at that. They gonna cook your ass in there as you start talking. Most of them guys go in there, man, they be telling on themselves. Like, damn, you just told your whole shit. You might as well just tell them you killed them too. You know, like, everything you said contradicted itself, and like, they're gonna cross you up.
I love the first have you ever heard of it? First
First
Amendment
48. Yeah,
audits.
that's what I'll be watching. That's the one I was watching. I was like, damn, they be telling on themselves.
He goes, like, hey, how's it going? He's like, I don't have to answer questions. And he just like hold his fucking camera up, like, and
Yeah.
I'll be like, it's a fucking cop, you know, I'll be like, hey, I'm just making stock footage. Just like,
Well,
he goes,
well,
hey, he goes,
there's
what?
always been some record of it, you know, like some recording.
Oh, it's always been some white guy too. Like,
Yeah, it's been somebody around recording your
I'm
ass.
doing a First Amendment audit, brother. Because black guy do a First Amendment audit, they were just like trouble in the knees as soon as they just like fucking they just throw like the bolo,
Yeah.
like the little fucking thing, just catch it between the legs, and we're like, get out of here with that camera, you silly goose. Like,
And then I always wonder how those dudes that be running around with them don't get hurt. Like, you all up in somebody's face, you know? Like, how did you ain't
yeah,
get
like yeah, it's so ridiculous. I feel like you're just
face,
doing
man?
it, you know, like, and I remember like I was talking to Rob about it. You met Rob.
Yeah.
And he goes, oh, well, he's like, you're a big 2A guy, right? What about the first day, you know, like 1A or whatever. I was like, yeah, that's fine, but I was like, if you're standing across the street with a fucking
A big old
you
gimbal
know,
and a fucking 500-pound
with a
camera,
fucking rifle, like
it's gonna
you're
look
standing
like you
across the
right
street,
there.
like you're standing across the street from a police station with a fucking rifle in your hands. You know, and a cop comes out and goes, "Hey,
Man,
that's
I
done."
saw man, just recently I saw footage of a white dude, man, with a gun, and the cops ran from him. Like they don't hurt each other. There's a code that they live by. They know that shit that police shit, that shit is designed. Even the blacks that join it, they gotta get down with it, or they gonna get ousted. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like that shit is designed to oppress black folks. We're the main victims of that shit. We're the only ones that'll get killed, like just for looking at them wrong. And if you don't know that and you're black, that shit will get you killed. You mouthing off, you acting all crazy, you jump jittery and shit, jumping around. One of them will shoot you right in your fucking face.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like I had a rude awakening early in my life with the police to let me know all that shit my mother and grandmother was saying was fucking true. You shut the fuck up and wait till we come get you. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah,
they don't play. And you don't want to take a chance that you're running across a bad apple. And most of them are. They join that shit to do it. They want to be a cop to do that. And if you don't have that shit in your head, if you black, you're gonna get shit. You're gonna get your ass tore up. They'll tear your ass up. They have no problem doing it and harassing you after that. Like anytime they see you, they on you. You know what I'm saying? Once you're on the bad side of that shit, the bad side of the law, it's over for you. Like they're gonna be on your case. I remember my cousin, man, he was badass, man. He was shooting people, doing all kind of crazy shit. And when he cleaned up his act is when they started fucking with him. But when they was on him, I mean, you ain't want to go nowhere with him. Because the police would just run up on him. Let me see your ID, sir. Sit down. They just fucking with him, you know? Like trying to get him to act up so they could get him.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yo, cuz I ain't coming around here with you. I don't know why you ain't just move away, you know? Like, get the hell away from this shit. The same thing when I lived out in Bern. Remember, I lived in Bern. I used to have to leave early for work. I got pulled over 27 times in 6 months. 27 times. I asked my wife. She said, "Oh no, that is not what it is." I'm like, "So how many times have you been pulled over?"
So do I eagle eyes
It was
that are
like
like,
none.
oh,
I was like,
I remotely see a black man in a car, so I better
up
pull
there in the
over.
middle of the mountains, man, they gonna fuck with you. You know, but you know that. You know it. If you right near the fucking trooper barrack and they ain't got no other people don't even know they racist until somebody black come around. You know, like now they got a chance to practice it. They fine until you in their space. You know, then you'll know. Like you don't know until your daughter come home with a black man if you hate black men.
Be like,
You know, like
oh,
they
hey,
gotta be in your
what's up,
space.
my homies? Like,
Right?
just,
They gotta be in your space.
am I right? He goes,
You know, for people that sit at home, they ain't
what's up, my
around no black
homies?
men,
Are you doing this? Are you in the pounds?
right?
Or you ever get the white guy? He doesn't know if he's gonna give you a pounds or like a high five.
But
And
you
like
know
the
what?
fucking he goes,
Know how to with black folks. If you know how to talk their language, and you know, like you see how I speak, I have good English. You know what I'm saying? And I disarmed
yeah,
them. When I was doing IT work, every place I went, the first thing they would do is they would walk past. All the white guy, what are you doing here? Who are you? I got the damn lanyard on with my ID. You don't see I'm a contractor, you know? But I would just stay calm.
yeah.
And if the supervisor was there, I was like, there's a supervisor right there. I wouldn't even talk to him. And Davey was like, yo, that's smart as hell. When he went around with me, he saw how cool I was. Like, you know, dudes were getting fired because it's so bad, you know, like day in and out. You don't know what you're going to get when you walk in somewhere. You know, people challenge you everywhere you go. But I had a system for dealing with it. I would go and talk to the supervisor there on the site, their supervisor. And I would have, you know, any place I went to, I would never just barge into somebody's space. This ain't your building. You don't own it. But if you sit a human in a chair right now for a month, that's gonna be his chair. He's gonna take ownership of it. He's gonna feel like it's his. You know what I'm saying? Like, so when you're walking into the office, you introduce yourself, you tell people what you're there to do, because you know you're gonna get challenged anyway. You disarming them. Like you're taking their, you know, whatever their inclination is about you, you're letting them know that I'm not like whatever you think I am. You know what I'm saying? Because they're
Yeah.
gonna think that when you come in there, they're gonna think you trying to take something or you don't belong there. You know, we get challenged just for walking around. Like, yo, what you doing over here, man? What? You don't own this street, you know? You don't own this building. It belongs to whoever owns the hospital. But this is your space. I gotta get in here and get my money. You know what I'm saying? I never got offended because I was expecting it. You know, like it was an expectation for me. And my thing is I never wanted to blow it. You know what I'm saying? Like I didn't want to ruin what I got going on
Yeah.
because of that. Like this is some shit that you've been dealing with since you were born. You should be able to handle it. You know, like you know exactly how to handle it. You're smart enough. You're smarter than most of the people you're encountering.
Yeah, you have the tactfulness and all that. Yeah.
Right. Like you could disarm them. You can. If you're polite, you know, you come with good energy, you disarming people. I believe there's people who I was changing their opinion about Black folks. Like the people that were going around with us. I believe because they never been around nobody. They just believe what they see on the news and TV. And they're like, yo, this dude is cool. You know, like he's good at his job. He's doing what he gotta do. You know, like that really speaks the most for you.
Yeah.
You come in and they know you're good. You know what you're doing, and you're always looking for something to do. You're not, nobody has to prompt you. You're doing what you gotta do, and you're not standoffish. You don't have a chip on your shoulder. You don't have, you know what I'm saying? Like even if somebody came at me like that, I wouldn't respond in kind.
Yeah.
Because I'm just gonna look like the monster here. You know, if you accept the things for what they are, people, I'd say like a good 60% of the white people that I met, going around doing all that, they became friends. They were like, they liked, like yeah, because they saw my humanity, like
Yeah.
we're humans and we're doing the same thing together. And they're like, no, he's just like us, but we've been told our whole lives some other shit. Like we've been told there's 40 snakes coming down the road, but there's only 10.
Yeah, I mean, there's always been like, hey, whether somebody's gonna sit together and like overlook like somebody's like whatever, but there's also people that are like always just looking out for themselves and race be damned, you know what I'm saying? Like this,
Yep.
like,
and
hey, number one, like,
well,
fuck
when I
this
was a
guy,
kid, like I thought that it was
that's
all,
just what's
it
that?
all the same to me if I got treated a certain way when I was young. It hurt my feelings, to be honest with you. I could say that.
I mean,
I say that as a kid, I'd be like,
as would anybody. Yeah, I understand.
Right, but the truth is, when I was in the military, I did learn that there's difference. Like it all looks the same, it feels the same, but it's not for the same reasons. Like some of them dudes, they look at you and you could tell they straight hate you. They've been raised that way. They're straight up white supremacist dude. He don't like you. He don't want to be around you. And then there was people who had no exposure to Black folks. So they was taught that same bullshit the other people were, but they never been around nobody. And when you're around them for a while, they lighten up.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like they could actually become your friend. But when you first meet them, they're real weird. And then there was another type. There was the type that they knew both sides of it. And it was sneaky. Like they actually was going around reporting, so, doing like this every time you wasn't around. That's what leftists are like. The lefties, that's how they are. They'll play your friend in your face, and then when you turn your back, they are fucking doing all of the shit the other, worse.
Hey, how's it going? Yeah,
Because you got your guard down. It's like taking a punch with your hands down, and you'll see it coming. And I'm not saying it's everybody. It's not all
it's
of them.
where the wild things are.
But it's the 40 snakes, like Muhammad Ali said. Like if I'm standing here in this room and if 40 snakes coming down here, but only 5 of them gonna bite me, you think I'm gonna sit here and wait? I'm getting the hell out of here. I'm not gonna wait for them shits to bite me because some of them will.
I can't always do the sledding, but I do love the sledding. I'm just thinking about like this, where I'm just like, you're like I'm a phantom or something. Just like
you got a flag in there. Let me see your flag.
What's
That's
that?
an American flag?
What'd you say?
You got a flag in there? That looks
Oh
like
yeah, right there.
that's a full-fledged flag.
Whole flag, brother. All right, yeah, I see the whole one.
No, I think that's cool. Yo, you know I'm a patriot. Fuck that. I love my country. We still got a lot of growing to do, but this is still the best place on earth. You know what I'm saying? Like I'll never deny that.
Hell yeah, brother.
It's the
Yeah,
best
you know,
place-
it's not perfect, but it's definitely
No, but it's the
the
best
one.
place in the world.
Best model, brother.
You know, I don't look at the plight of my people to be ashamed of it. I'm proud of them. They endured that shit so we could have somewhere to be. Everybody running here. We're not leaving. However bad it is, black folks ain't fleeing. You know what I'm saying? Like it ain't that bad. Trust me. There's people that shitting in the street right now somewhere. Yeah, they're
They say
full.
shit in the street.
They're a full lawyer, and they ain't got their country ain't got it together enough to have bathrooms. You know, they ain't got no toilets. You know, like they're not taking care of their homeland. They getting the hell out of there. Because this is, you know, like we built the country that's great. This is
Oh yeah, like yeah, this is where
the
it's at. So it's like everybody hops on the best ride.
Yeah.
I understand that.
Come in empty-handed and brag about it. My dad came here with 2 pennies. I bet he did. After motherfuckers built the shit for free. It was nothing but opportunity for him. I'm not, you know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that people didn't have their own struggle, but when I hear that shit, I'm
like he had 2 pennies and 2 fucks to give.
Where on earth could I go and do that?
He had 2 pennies and 2 fucks to give. The first one he gave to my mom, and I was born.
No.
You know,
And you're acting like,
second
well,
was,
how
you
we
know,
did. My dad came here poor, broke. Like, yeah, he came here to glom off of us. They knew what was happening here. The whole world knew that shit. This place was prospering like a motherfucker. They was jumping on ships empty-handed. Because it was a whole place like open to them, you know?
Oh,
They had access.
so check this shit out. This is a pretty funny bit right here.
What is this? I can't see nothing.
So it's a Limp Bizkit song.
You're not sharing your screen.
Oh, okay. Hold on, stand by.
I don't think so. Or maybe I did I hit something that changed it? Yeah, I did something. Yo, I'll be honest with you. President I'd rather have Trump than Biden.
Oh,
And
word.
I told you, I personally believe that the black people didn't win him. Black people didn't vote for him. I know exactly what they were saying because that was what we were saying. Like,
Oh, they had like
blaming
dead
it
black
on us,
dudes.
but they cheated. He ain't the
Dead
first
black
person to
dudes
do it.
vote for Biden. Yeah.
Like, oh, black people voted for Biden, but black people didn't vote for that fucking the guy who made the prison bill that put 2.5 million of us in jail. We know who he is.
Yeah.
We ain't go out in droves and vote for him enough for him to win. Like if he won the white vote. What is it? I don't see it.
All the tension in the world today. Oh, those little girls. Scared of Creepy Joe. Today, when the good comes to bad, the bad comes to good. I live my life like I should. Now the critics want to hit it. Shit, cat, how I did it. Yeah. Just because they don't get it. But I'll stay fitted, new era, committed. Now this red cap gets a rap from the critics. We've always got it right. We've always got it. Live inside life. Life is a blast.
Where is it?
Really bad. You better stay on top of life. Kick you in the ass. Follow me into the solo. Remember that, kid. So what you
Can't see
wanna
anything.
do and where you gonna run when you're staring.
Can you hear me?
I pointed at your
I can't see anything. I just see the look. Hey, I'll show you what I'm seeing. There's no video. It's just us. What happened? Did you change? Did something change on it or
The
the
screen
screen?
share.
You stopped sharing the screen, I think.
All right, let me try.
Hold on. Maybe it's a view. Something I did to the view. Show view options. No, that's not it. Here's Zoom. Which captures, record, audio, video settings, right?
So I just like reset it. So
It should pop back up. It doesn't let me go full screen either. Hold on. Oh, I see what I gotta do. You gotta hit this little thing right here. That little box in the upper right hand corner.
Let's share.
There's a little square in it, and it shows your video. What the fuck?
No, it says stop my video, mute my audio.
It's showing that your YouTube page now, but I can't see you. Like and it's not full screen. It's like a little.
Oh, with just things. So
yeah, something's up
you
with
get
it.
full screen.
It won't go full screen. It's like a little tiny box.
What the fuck?
And if I try to stretch it out, it just shows you and me again. I wonder what the hell happened. It's doing some funny shit. But this is all good stuff we need to know in case we're, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
Like,
yeah,
like we, you know, like
tires and all that
recording the
shit,
video
yeah.
and that shit will turn into a little box.
Yeah.
Like, what happened? I don't know. But yeah, you gotta test them out. Test out a couple of them and see which ones you like. And then, you know,
It says you are screen sharing.
pick some topics you like.
You see Donald Trump with the metal Trump hat, right?
Yeah.
Like
I
dead
saw it when
center.
it shrunk though. I couldn't see it that good. It was like a box like this big.
You're using enhanced encryption. Why do I need encryption? That's ridiculous. Like,
I
relax,
thought you
buddy.
guys are encrypting our transmissions.
Yeah,
You have
it's
to
like
do it?
we're not shredding fucking nuclear codes. Like, relax, buddy.
Right, they're supposed to do but people are stealing so much now, you know?
All the tension in the world today. Oh, those little girls. Scared of Creepy Joe. Today, when the good comes to bad, the bad comes to.
I haven't seen my granddaughter since the summer.
Are you able to see it? Do you see like the thing, or is it just like mad small?
Me and my daughter had a falling out. She was staying here for a little bit. I had to put her ass out
Yeah.
because she was fighting with her man in here. And I'm like, yo, your ass was supposed to be here a couple weeks. You've been here a few months. You ain't even looking for nowhere to go. Your man's not going to work, you know, because he worried about you. Y'all need to go.
Yeah, that's bum. Yeah.
I didn't put them out, but I told them if they fought again, like y'all fight in here again, and that's it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like y'all can't be fighting in here. That's not something I even want to be a party to. I don't want to see it. I don't want to be around it. And frankly, as long as y'all are together, I will let y'all kill each other because it ain't my business. But if you say you done with each other, then you know that's the only way I'll help. If you done with them, then I'll
cut
help.
it off,
I already
yeah.
know I already know what that do. You jumping in that shit is just gonna make you not talk to your daughter for 20 years. You know.
Yeah.
If you want to be around somebody that's gonna bust you upside the head, do it. It's your life. Just don't
Yeah,
do
if somebody want to bullshit. Yeah, that's the
don't do it in
worst.
front of me. You know, and you know, when I had her, my biggest thing was being safe. You know, like be safe with yourself. I don't care about what you're doing with your little vagina or your, you know, like you think I'm worried about who you fucking. I'm your dad. I'm worried about how safe you're being, the places you're going, all these people you're around when you do this shit. You're not thinking about your safety, but I am. I'm looking at what you're saying all over the, you know, Facebook before you go and do it. You're telling the whole world. You know, like somebody could line you up. Some shit could happen to you. You know, she was like 5'2". They'll pick you up and run with you like a football. You know, like don't think you could do whatever you want. You know, like you gotta still be safe. You gotta consider what could happen here. You know, like
How old was she when she left?
when she came to live with me, she was like 13 going on 14. Her mom found out all the crazy shit she was doing and fucked her up. So she came to live with me. And as soon as she came to live with me, you know me, I put her in therapy. I got her on meds. I got her help, you know, because all of that acting out she was doing was because of how she's feeling. But then when you start doing shit that hurts you more, you got to deal with it. You can't just sweep it under the rug, you know. And I tried to get her mom to come to therapy with us. And then in the end, she goes back there. And, you know, that shit.
Oh, that's her mom.
She went back to her mom when she was 16 going on 17. So she stayed with me for like 3 years. And she went back. And when
Did she get a job or anything?
Nope. When she went back, her motherfucking tased her. Her
Tased her. Interesting.
tased her. They were arguing over something. Her motherfucking tased her. And when I talked to her, she was defending her. I'm like, you know what I said? Because she's defending her. Well, you know, I was. I'm like, did she tase her dog? She got a dog in there. You ever seen her tase a dog? Was she gonna tase you? My baby? Are you fucking kidding me? You think it's right what she did to you? She treat her dog better than you. She would never tase that dog. But she'll tase you. You know? When I got her to see that, she shut up. I'm like, just don't defend it. You forgave her, forgive her. It's your mom. But don't defend it. You know, it's wrong. Wrong is wrong. You know?
I understand what you're saying. I think about like tasing a dog, like, nah. I'm either kicking
Tasing
it
my
or shooting
Tasing my
it.
daughter, you wouldn't tase nobody else. She ain't
No,
never
I'm saying like if I was gonna like take out a dog, that would be like the third option I would dispatch the dog with.
I ain't
Like,
tasing no dog.
taser.
If I'm gonna get at the dog, I'm gonna have to kill it because it's trying to kill me.
Like
There's no
fourth.
tasing going on, and tasing ain't gonna do
I would be
nothing.
like gun, kicking it, knife, then
Right.
taser. That's the fourth one.
You know, you have to strangle the shit out of the dog. Like you ain't tasing no dog. Because you tase him, he gonna get madder.
Like, get on the ground, stop
Now
resisting.
he really gonna fuck you up. He gonna maul you to
Stop
death.
resisting.
But you understand what I'm saying? 'Cause she
Fucking-
was defending it so much that I'm like, damn. I was almost in tears. Like, you tased my baby for what? Why would you tase her? I was like, did you hit her? She's like, no, I never hit my mother. I never put my hands on my mother.
Yeah,
I said,
that sounds like
"You-"
yeah. Did she go to jail for that, or did it was
No.
like
You know how shit be in the hood, man. Ain't nobody calling no cops. That shit's not going on. Nobody don't call no police.
they'd
I
be
think
like,
her mother would.
could you
I think her
provide the
mother would before
receipt?
her. She beat her
Could you
ass
provide the
before she left.
receipt for the taser when it was discharged into you?
Before she
Like,
came to stay with me, she fucked her up. She beat her mother ass. I'm like, you know what? I knew that shit was coming at some point, you know, because she just kept reaching. And I guess she got tired of it.
oh,
She came
she's
across the
having
room.
like kind of like the relationship like Hiachi and fucking the other dude in
Well, she
Tekken.
came across the room at her. I'm like, yeah, she grown now and she has a baby. Like, she ain't gonna have you beating her up in front of her daughter. Like, you gotta consider all this like shit, you know. But when people are used to treating you a certain way, you know, they just
Yeah.
think you're gonna always put up with it, and that's always gonna be how it is. And that's not.
He's like, I guess you didn't hear. I don't shine shoes no
No.
more.
And
Yeah.
Sanaa whoops ass.
That's your
Sanaa's all
fucking
over-
shine
You ever
box.
see her Facebook page? It got she has 1 million fights. So I'm like, she could have been jumped on her mother. You know, like, ain't because she's scared, it's because she got respect. You know, like, that girl squabbles. She in the fight all the time. I'm like, damn, why you got that's part of the reason why I stay away too, because I don't want to be telling her what to do. You know, if you ain't asking me and you're grown, then I feel like I'm overstepping my boundaries, you know.
Be like, if she covers up her face, hit her in the ribs. You know,
Like, so I'm saying, like, why are you posting a bunch of ratchet shit? You know, like, she puts everything on Facebook. She getting to argue with a man, she posts that. She do this, she posts that. I'm like, man, you need to figure that shit out. It's straight attention whoring.
Just fucking.
I mean, they be rolling around. She gets in real fight. They be rolling around on the ground. And
Just like you just punching coconuts falling off the tree.
God, yeah, I feel like I'll go to jail or some shit. And you know, girls, the first thing they do is grab that hair.
Oh yeah, they're just.
They both holding each other hair, punching each other. You know, because they want to get it all in. They don't want you getting away. They holding each other, punching each other.
I love it when like some chicks like make this big thing about like, oh, you know, like hold my earrings and hold my rings. Be like,
because they know she gonna grab your hair.
like,
You know she gonna grab shit
fucking
and get knocked the fuck out.
or like give them like while you're trying to take off your rings.
Get ready and
Get
get your
a
ass beat.
shinku. Get You know, it's just fucking,
She was waiting on that. Like, yeah, take all your shit off and get this whooping.
yeah. As soon as you take that ring off, like, oh yeah, I know that's who I grabbed the jewelry from.
No, because shit go, girls be wild. Shit go flying. Shit, I remember getting in a fight and my fucking chain got popped in a fight. You know, swinging and nobody. And I picked the shit up off the floor in the club later. Like, damn, nobody even took it. It's just the fight. You know, all them shits ain't that tough. Those shits will come on.
Yeah. So remember like the Mike Tyson saying, he goes, everybody has a plan until they get punched in the face or whatever.
Yeah, and then all shit goes out the window.
So like, yeah, everybody has a plan until they get Shinku Hadouken.
The 3-piece.
Like this motherfucker got Shinku Hadoukens. I mean, if it was only a Hadouken, you know, I could deal with that. You know, your insurance doesn't cover a Shinku Hadouken. You know, just
yeah, you gonna have to walk that one off.
Yeah, you know, we cover acts of God, but that's above God. The Shinku Hadouken.
Yeah, that was the
up in your ribs. Or Sensei or like you know, the fucking it was like the Ken Hurricane, you know, like but he got feisty with it. He threw some spice in there. He's like, yeah, I might be a white guy from California, but we got spices here, you know.
Could get your ass whooped.
Yeah,
my thing is too, is anybody could do it to you. I don't underestimate nobody. Anybody could fucking, you know. That's
it's fucking.
The reason most people get their ass beat is because they sleeping on the person that's doing it to them, or they're scared of him. One is you either know he's gonna whoop your ass, but you don't think he will. That's, you know, or you're bullying somebody, and they get tired of you. I've never lost a fight I didn't deserve to. All the fights I picked, I lost. You know, I ain't lose all the fights I picked, but you know, like if I lost,
or to like do it like you ever see the stairs thing? Go down the stairs, like
boom.
So I was watching something there talking about Rocky IV with Apollo Creed. You know, he goes, it was an exhibition fight versus the Russian guy,
and he like killed him.
Yeah, he goes, all he had to do was all he had to do was throw the towel, and it was like Apollo Creed was like, no matter what you do, don't throw that towel or something like. Let me just get my face beat to death by a Russian, like. And there was like, so the shit I was watching was
that Russian was juiced up. He was red.
Homeboy is fucking.
He was juiced. They showed him getting juiced up. He was knocking dudes' heads off, boy.
Yeah, he was all mad about Afghanistan and all that shit. Yeah,
he was knocking dudes' heads off.
So the fucking
that was one of my favorite characters in Rocky. I must break you.
Yes. If he dies, he dies. Yeah. So like the fucking shit was like, you know, so they're talking about like, imagine if it was like, instead of like being a fight, like it was at the end, it was like a court drama. You know, like Apollo Creed's family sues Rocky because he could have thrown in the towel and save Rocky's life or save Apollo Creed's life. He just like, no, and it's like
you got more pride than meat on your bones right now, brother. Let him throw that towel in.
And at the same time, like the, you know, referee gets in the way, like, hey, you know, relax, buddy. And it's like, I must break him. And just fucking, you know, like, fuck the ref, fuck everybody.
He was juiced up.
Yeah, he just
punches like water. Like, you can hit him all you want. I remember there was a kid in my high school that he killed his father.
Oh damn!
Yeah, he used to. I know him and it was like 3 of them. They used to be wrestlers, and they was juicing. You could tell. They just
Oh,
you could
really?
just tell. All of them was juicing. And he got in an argument with his dad, and his dad was like a fucking 8th degree black belt in judo. So he would, he'd slam him around. But this kid was doing Greco wrestling since he was, and
Yeah.
when he went at that father, I wouldn't have went. The kid's name was Rico. His father was Japanese. His mother was Irish. That motherfucker had red hair. That shit was weird as hell to see. A Japanese dude with red hair. And he was tall. I was like, he probably just had enough, because they're hard on their kids in that culture. Like, they expect you to be perfect.
Yeah.
They have high suicide rates, their kids. Chris Swanson.
What's that?
It says Chris Swanson, your name on the chat.
Oh yeah, at the bottom of the thing, yeah.
I don't know. That's
So there's some other shit. I might have said this to you. I said a lot of random shit, so can't remember anything. If so, I gotta take a piss. I gotta go to the store, get some more beer, and
hit
smoke
me
a
back.
cigarette. But
I'm gonna go get something to eat. I gotta work in the morning too.
But I'll put this. This is pretty fun. She's like, bless.
Bodies. This is what they wanted, dropping bodies. Every time I turn the TV on, they dropping bodies. Chicago ain't got nothing on these bodies. They dropping left and right. We try to tell you about these bodies. Hey, we try to tell you about these bodies. But you didn't want to listen about these bodies. And now you might be dropping like a body. Bodies. This is what they wanted. Take a look at all the bodies. I know they'll try to ban me after this song. Y'all reminded me of Rocket Man. Call y'all Kim Jong with all the propaganda. Take a story, get your twist on. The people saying it's safe and effective. Man, y'all been wrong. What's the body count? Buckle up, gonna be a rocky mount. While people dropping, y'all just talking in the coffee lounge. I see people mocking, tell it's you up on that soggy ground. Man, look who talking. Man, you rocking with the Nazis now? First they take the guns, then make you comply with the mandates. You gon' rip it from my dead hands, ain't no band-aid. Ain't dying from your juice, I didn't take it. Ain't in a trans state. You can't have this body, pure blood, that's my campaign. Bodies, bodies. This is what they wanted, dropping bodies. Every time I turn the TV on, they dropping bodies. Chicago ain't got nothing on these bodies. They dropping left and right. We try to tell you about these bodies. Hey, we try to tell you about these bodies. But you didn't want to listen about these bodies. And now you might be dropping like a body. Cause this is what they wanted. Take a look at all the bodies. 1, 2, 3, 4. Bodies dropping on the floor. I say we assemble, take up arms, declare another war. Donald Trump is compromised. Man, forget the other 4. I don't follow man no more. Now sit back and watch me roar. All of a sudden, bodies dropping by the dozen. Now you buzzing. Let me guess, now you gon' blame it on the Russians. See your cousin drop. She was healthy, she didn't have the muffin top. They got you to take the poke, you only had a sudden cough. Crazy, they dumb me down when they come around, and now you pushing up daisies. Put the guard down for a card, you let them poke you with the gravy. And now you watching sports, and bodies dropping all over the court. Bodies, bodies. This is what they wanted, dropping bodies. Every time I turn the TV on, they dropping bodies. Chicago ain't got nothing on these bodies. They dropping left and right. We try to tell you about these bodies. Hey, we try to tell you about these bodies. But you didn't want to listen about these bodies. And now you might be dropping like a body. Cause this is what they wanted. Take a look at all the bodies.
Brag, I don't care, but I want you to know, double vaxxed, booster, flu shot, never got COVID, clearly, Jesus loves me the most. Seriously. So nice, so nice.
Bodies. This is what they wanted, dropping bodies. Every time I turn the TV on, they dropping bodies.
Listen, there's a good chance somebody's trying to hack your website right now. You gotta make sure you're covered. I'm talking about enterprise-grade security built into your site and fully managed for you. Check this out. First up, prevention. The Wix platform is secure by design. Security experts are in the dev process, performing threat modeling, penetration tests, and designing code reviews. And you get a strong encryption for your data in transit and data at rest. E-com sites? Wix is compliant with the highest level of PCI DSS, and it doesn't stop there. The top international privacy and security regulations, they're all in place. You see, it's all about staying ahead of the game with real-time detection. Wix security never sleeps. Never. 24/7, 365. The Security Operations Center is on a mission to monitor and hunt down threats. Plus, anti-DDoS protection, data analysis, machine learning. And let's not forget, the #1 rule in cybersecurity is nobody is 100% unhackable. That's why Wix goes all out with a bug bounty program for independent security researchers, aka ethical hackers. And that's not all. It's time for response. Even in the unlikely event of an extreme situation, your business stays up and running. The IR team gets it done. They're trained to act fast, and there's a BCP for reliable continuation and smooth recovery. So look, you take care of business. Security's on Wix.
I've always had trouble with my weight.
Now with Wegovy, I've seen real change. I've lost weight, and I'm keeping it off.
Wegovy helped reduce my appetite.
Wegovy is the #1 prescribed once-weekly weight management medicine for adults with obesity or some with excess weight.
People taking Wegovy lost an average of 35 pounds. Some lost over 46 pounds.
Wegovy shouldn't be used with other semaglutide-containing or GLP-1 receptor agonist medicines. Don't take Wegovy if you have a personal or family history of medullary thyroid cancer, multiple endocrine neoplasia syndrome type 2, or if you are allergic to Wegovy. Stop taking Wegovy and get medical help right away if you get a lump or swelling in your neck, severe stomach pain, itching, rash, trouble breathing, or swelling of your face or throat. Serious side effects may happen, including pancreatitis. Gallbladder problems may occur. Wegovy may cause low blood sugar in people with type 2 diabetes, especially if you take medicines to treat type 2 diabetes. Tell your provider about vision problems or changes, or if you feel your heart racing while at rest. Depression or thoughts of suicide may occur. Call your provider right away if you have any mental changes. Common side effects are nausea, diarrhea, vomiting, constipation, stomach pain, headache, tiredness, upset stomach, dizziness, feeling bloated, belching, gas, stomach flu, and heartburn. Some side effects can lead to dehydration, which may cause kidney problems.
Wegovy helped us lose weight and keep it off.
Check your cost and coverage before talking to your healthcare provider about Wegovy.
Blessed be the Lord my rock, who trains my hands for war, my fingers for battle. I will not conform cause I'm a rebel. And this is not my body, I'm a vessel. This is not my home, I'm going somewhere special. Until I go, I'm waging war upon the devil. I won't settle, this a battle now when it's fight time. He coming out in that nighttime. I'm holding on to that lifeline, so where I go, my light shine. Bro, you don't want it with me, I got angels by my side. And they ready, you should know I get rewarded when I die. So when he beat me down, I bite back. Give him black eyes with an ice pack. I don't get off of that right track. I might get hit, but I'm right back. Look, give me weapons that I need cause I'm in combat. Train my hands for battle, Holy Spirit be my comrade. I will not conform cause I'm a rebel. I will never bow down in the presence of the devil. He knows I'm a child of God and he ain't on my level. I'm a rebel, I'm a rebel. You know I'm a dire rebel. Hey, you know I'm a dire rebel. Hey, you know I'm a dire rebel. Hey, devil wanna fight but I can wrestle. I will not conform cause I'm a rebel. They want you to get that poke, but careful what you say, that serpent using what you spoke. That nasty python spirit wrap around you, then it choke. But he ain't got the power, God is coming with that smoke. I got that real flame and it's hot, devil. I don't care what you got, devil. Think you know the plot and God gon' hit you with that hot kettle. Look, I know you know his name, cause when I use it, you go running with your tail between your legs. The battle's already won. I'm a rebel until it's done. I got a Bible and I got a gun, and both of them getting it done. Look, this that Shadrach and Meshach. I will not conform, you best believe that. Woo! I will not conform cause I'm a rebel. I will never bow down in the presence of the devil. He knows I'm a child of God and he ain't on my level. I'm a rebel. I'm a rebel. You know I'm a dire rebel. Hey, you know I'm a dire rebel. Hey, you know I'm a dire rebel. Hey, devil wanna fight but I can wrestle. Hey, I will not conform cause I'm a rebel. Yeah. Greater is he that is in me than he that is in the world. Oh, you think you got me backed in the corner, huh? I think you know who wins. And it ain't you. God wins.
Stunning, sleek, powerful. It's got skills and it's a showstopper. Talking about the new iPhone 15 Pro, by the way, in case you thought I was talking about myself. Get the new titanium iPhone 15 Pro on Spectrum Mobile.
The lyrics are awful, but it's well produced, it sounds professional, it sounds good, and so it's easy to hear those things and not fully take in the messaging in those words. It's so sinister, and putting out the messages that he puts out through music is really, really dangerous.
And they say that we dangerous, dangerous. Not too many that can hang with us, hang with us. Some other Christians ain't the same as us, same as us. They playing games, they'll never